So today I wanted to talk about a condition that I see so often, and I just feel like most women who are suffering from this condition or these conditions, they don't realize the tie that it has to your actual spirituality. So let's talk about that. So bacterial vaginosis and yeast infections are some of the most frequent conditions that I actually see right now. And you have to really understand the body to understand what's really going on, because we're going to get deep about it. So, a woman, we have a clitoris, right? The clitoris has 8,000 nerve endings in the tip of the clitoris alone. And that's not even including the surrounding portions that are close to the vagina. Because if you include those things, that's going to make up 15 to 20,000 of the nerve fibers overall. And then the penis is next in line because it has 4,000 nerve endings. And that makes it very sensitive as well. And just to give you a little high level, nerve endings help us to feel pain or pleasure. Pain is going to warn us of any impending danger, and pleasure is going to guide us towards arousing experiences. These sensations, guys, will literally rewire our brains over time. And when you are intimate with someone or someone's, these sensitive nerve endings, when they start pounding against each other, that's going to create powerful connections, whether it's good or whether it's bad. And when you're stimulated, the nerve endings are going to send signals to your brain, and that's going to then release chemicals like dopamine and endorphins, and that's going to create feelings of pleasure and bonding. And depending on how much of these chemicals are releasing, this can attach you to the person that you're dealing with. This connection that you experience is mental and spiritual, guys. And that is why I think it's super important to be mindful about like who you share your intimate energy with. I know we're in this era where we're just having like hot girl summers and like flings and just letting your inhibitions just run crazy. But I'm telling you, especially for a female, being that we have higher nerve endings, that's important for us to not engage in that type of activity, in my opinion. But when we connect with someone intimately, that energy exchange can change who you are. It could change your biology, your psychology, and even your spiritual makeup. Think about what happens during intimacy, though. Like, think about what happens during that intimate moment. Your heart rate synchronize, your brain waves align, your hormones like oxytocin start to flood your system. And even after the activity, the change doesn't just disappear, that may leave an imprint on your actual brain. And that's why when certain people become intimate, they start to act like their partners, and they react, they cope, and even fear like that partner in ways that may not be obvious or ways that may be obvious. Not to mention, your nervous system can be super tuned to them when you have that intimate moment or even after that intimate moment. So when they come around, you're going to possibly feel like you're more sensitive in their presence. And even your thoughts and how you make decisions can be affected, as that tie will make you kind of incorporate their perspective into your decision making. And if you're intimate with the wrong person, that's going to cause you to feel drained, maybe emotionally confused, unstable, and even like disconnected from your true self. And obviously, these things are usually more intense for a woman because of the vagina's sensitivity. It's heightened, especially with the nerve endings being so prominent, which means that a woman is going to absorb and integrate these energy exchanges more deeply. So women, guard your loins because when you exchange with someone whose energy is chaotic, negative, or just incompatible with your own, it's going to disturb your internal harmony. Your body is then going to have to work really hard to restore balance. Sometimes it's going to manifest as a physical symptoms like bacterial vaginosis. That signal can be telling you something energetically is not right, so I'm about to act up. And I like to consider these connections as soul ties and body cries, because when you connect with the wrong person, your body will act in a very disgruntled way, right? So before you connect with that sneaky link for the second time, or you keep giving your body to the wrong person, you just have to think about how it can affect you in the long term. Sexual freedom is not free when it calls to your mind, body, or your soul. Give thanks.